In today's video, we're doing What If Civilization Started Over, Part 10, meaning this video should be over 40 minutes long, in theory. I'm going to be recording for 55 minutes. I have a timer. And hopefully, by then, I will have... Hopefully I won't have to cut out stuff so much to where it gets lower than 40 minutes. But this video should be more than 40 minutes long. I have not even posted part 8 or 9. These are all being recorded in the same day, so I've technically been recording for about... After this video, I'll be recording for 2 hours in total. But yeah, we'll do a little recap real quick. Even though I shouldn't have to if you already watched the other videos, so, just help me out. Instead of me having to do all this, just help me out and go watch the other videos, please. I literally have a playlist. But, not to sound rude or anything, but I have a playlist. Kind of came off rude, in my opinion. But yeah, I have a playlist on my channel of all of my Wixo videos, so go check that out before watching this video. Unless you want to watch this video and then watch part 1 through 9. But this video is going to be 40 minutes long. Quick recap. We have this new country, this new country, this new country, and this new country. That's all happened in the last two episodes. This little region over here got taken over, and last episode, the British team made it over to Greenland. Africa is getting, they're about to take over a lot of Africa. Or they have taken over a lot of Africa. They just have the Saharan Desert and Central Africa. Which, you'll see something happen. It's in today's video. Today's video is going to be jam-packed with a lot of things happening. With countries, with wars, revolts, new countries, and expanding. So 4 really big aspects, and yeah, there's going to be a huge thing happen in this video that is going to change a lot of Wixo's existence of being part of this channel. Again, if you love watching these videos, or if you want more of these videos, like the video and subscribe so I can hit 2K before the end of the year. You can always unsubscribe later. But I do want to hit 2K before the end of the year because I didn't do it last year. Now let's actually start with something, because I've already been talking for 3 minutes. Well, just about. A lot of these countries over here can no longer expand out unless they use boats. But they aren't. The British country, which is what I'll just be calling it from now on. A lot of these country names, by the way, they'll be expanding into Greenland a little bit more. A lot of these country, which I keep interrupting myself. Greenland is going to be a pretty hard island to expand into because it's a lot of ice. Even though its name is Greenland. Vikings were weird, I guess you could call it the oldest trick in the book. So a lot of these country names, as in basically all of these country names, are based on their geographical location. This is a Southeast Asian country. I didn't give it a name last episode, but yeah, Southeast Asian. I still have yet to think of a name for this country because I haven't posted those videos for you to give me names. I'm thinking of just calling it the Egyptian country, or the African country, or the Northwestern African. No. I called it the Red Sea country at first because it went down the entirety of the Red Sea. I'm thinking of still calling it that. I think that's what I'm going to call it. The Red Sea country doesn't roll off the tongue that well, though. So we're going to have to figure out something else for that. But give me some names in the comments and I'll think about them. That's the only country I've had struggles with naming. Because it's not really... I've thought of the Nile country, the Egyptian country, and the Red Sea country. But here's the thing. The Egyptian country, Egypt, goes only to, here. It's the most accurate border I've probably drawn in ever. Because I don't really draw borders much. But yeah. So I mean, oh my gosh, why am I not able to talk? I've been talking this entire day, I guess, because I have recorded 3 videos. Well, recorded 2, and I'm in the middle of recording 3, the 3rd one. So I'm thinking of calling it the Egyptian country for the rest of this video. This is the last video I'm probably going to record today. But yeah, whenever I post those videos, let me know. Let me know what I should name it in the comments, because can't really think of a name. The thing about me calling it the Egyptian country is that Egypt is only right here, like I said. What's bigger than that? It's like here, but even more like here. There we go. That's probably the most accurate it's been. And like all this land down here is like Sudan, maybe even South Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. So, but it does, the Red Sea country. Red Sea country doesn't roll off the tongue like Egyptian country does. Red Sea country just sounds weird. I mean, this is Persian. Like everything doesn't just say Red Sea country, or like this is the Arabian country. It's not like the Arab country. I mean, it's not. There's multiple ways to say that. Mesopotamian. Mesopotamia is the region. It's Mesopotamian. I do call this just the Caucasus country, so I'll call it the Red Sea country for right now. Or I could just call it the dark red country. No, this is more dark red. That's more maroon, actually. This is like a more red violet than blue violet, so red violet. I don't know. Just give me some names and I'll think about it. Maybe like there's some like things that happen there that's, you know, that's like important in history. Give me some names, and don't make no stupid names. Give me like good names. This is like the Central African one. This is the West African, North African, Iberian, Italian, because it owns the Italian peninsula. The British, because it owns the British Isles. The Nordic country, because it's in the Nordic peninsula. It's things. This one, I think, the Baltic, because it's in the Baltic region of the Baltic Sea. You know, this entire sea right here. Which, that wasn't even the entire sea, but doesn't matter. That's the Baltic Sea. Yeah, I've already been talking for like 10 minutes and nothing basically happened. I don't think anything has happened at all, actually. Well, no, I did expand them a little bit more into Greenland. Let's actually do something with our lives today. This country down here, they're doing well for themselves. They've gotten to about right here. What? I meant to press that. I've gotten to about there. I think I pressed like F or something. But yeah, they got to there, so that's good for them. They've also expanded up north more, taking over more of the modern day Vietnam borders and everything. Yeah, they're doing good for themselves. Over here. So, right here is both of these countries right here. Both of these countries right here, where this borderland sits, very powerful countries. As in, like, they're both in the top 10. This is like top 1 or top 2. I can't fully remember the full thing. I'll have to look back on my video. So just give me a second to do that. So, I looked back at the video. This country right here is the strongest, the first strongest, and this country right here is the 5th strongest country. So, the first strongest country and the 5th strongest country going against each other, I don't know. That's going to be a big problem, because that's what they're about to do. I kind of spoiled it without thinking about it. Yeah, they're going after each other. They've had tension over the years, because if you didn't watch, like literally, like I think it was like the 3rd part, maybe even the 2nd or 4th, one of the second, third, or fourth parts, this country, this brown country right here, broke away from the yellow country because of its capital being placed in an area to where, at the time, couldn't reach this insanely long region, which, I mean, it was only up to, like, here that broke away. But either way, they've had tension between each other for the longest time, and they've never really battled. We haven't had a really big battle like this, or war, really, since these two. So, whenever I did that, did it look weird? Yeah, right there. Okay. I don't know why I think like that. It's just something I do. But yeah. This bit right here, gone, basically. But now we are seeing resistance because the brown Persian team. Does that sound racist? The Persian team. Just not going to say that no more. Are now resisting. They're now seeing resistance from the brown team. The Persian team. Persian. Called this one the yellow team. Already, it's Mesopotamian. I'm just going to call them by their colors and their colors and their actual names that I've given them, because this is getting out of hand. But we see some resistance until we don't, because now the Mesopotamian team is doing a counter attack to their counter attack. So a counter attack, or just an attack again. They're pushing them back. And it's not really that good for the brown team, because they've also had some tension with another country that I hate to tell you is joining in on this war, also known as the blue team. Yeah, and I didn't even fix this up. How dare I? Guys, if y'all think that I'm stupid, just unsubscribe from me. Don't actually. I need the subscribers really bad. But yeah, they are now seeing an invasion from their east side, both their east and their west side. And the only way they can flee is to their north, because they don't border anybody in the north. Like, literally, they don't border a single soul in the north. Well, unless you're down here, because then if you go north, you're going to hit all the way up to this point right here. Or wait, no. All the way up to this point right here. If you were to go all the way up to this point right here, if you were to go north, you would hit the yellow country. Yeah, this is not looking good for the brown country, because now we are seeing aid from other countries that didn't like the Persian country. As in, we see this blue country right here that broke away from this country. They're allies. They're allies with each other, even though they broke away from them. They're very good friends. Because, I mean, I don't think they broke away from them. I think they just expanded from them. I'm not sure. I have to look back at the videos, you know. I tell you to always look back at the videos, but I don't look back at the videos myself, so I can't really get mad at you. So, but they see aid from this Cyan team. Is it Cyan or Aquamarine? Let me know in the comments. I always get those two mixed up. But meaning that they are going to be in a bit of a pickle. I haven't used that statement in about 84 years, minus the 84. I think I said it like the other day. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so it's not looking great for the brown team. I wonder who's going to make it to their capital first. They're still a pretty even amount away from their capital. I think the blue is a little bit further. So, you know, let me give them a little bit of a chance, you know. So, yeah, there we go. Now they're about an even amounts away to their capital. Not even. But I wonder who's going to get to their capital first. That's the real question now. But I think since the blue country is also very strong. I think the blue country is stronger than the brown country. So two countries, actually technically three, because the Mesopotamian is getting aid from, I think, like the fourth strongest. I'm not sure. Yeah. Then the yellow team takes care of that. And instead of a peace treaty happening, I think they just, call it about right here. And the blue takes the rest. Or the Indian. Look at that. That is insane. I've never seen anything like that. That's absolutely crazy. That is probably the biggest war we've seen. Also, if I go back to my, if I go back to what I was looking at, let's see. Oh. Hold on, let me. Okay. So, what we saw was, so this country up here is the third strongest country. This country is the strongest country. And this country over here is the third strongest country. So the first, second, and third strongest countries were going after the fifth strongest country. That is absolutely crazy. And the fourth strongest country couldn't join in because they didn't border them. Well, I mean, they could have aided the yellow team, which they're very good friends with them. The country I just circled is the fourth strongest. The sixth strongest is green country, which actually I'm going to have to update these numbers. This is just according to part 7, right? Yeah, this is just according to part 7. The 8th strongest in part 7 was this country down here. South African one. The Central African one was the 7th strongest. The 9th strongest, I think it was, is this one. And the 10th strongest was this one. Did I miss one? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah, that was very huge. As a matter of fact, I am going to number as a matter of fact, you're gonna be with me whenever I do this. Just to, let this video run on for a little bit longer, because it's not going to take that long. This country is still the strongest. I'm gonna use black. This country is still the strongest, number 1. The second strongest country is now this country. Well, no. Yeah. This country is now the second strongest, moving this one back to the third strongest. Moving them down to the third strongest. This one's still the fourth strongest. The fifth strongest has been taken over, so it's now going to move over to someone else who is crazily strong for no reason. The South African country. They were 8th in part 7. Part 10, they are 5th. This country right here, these two countries, you know how the Balkan was 9 and this one was 10? Yeah. Nope. They're no longer on the scale. Because this country is down to 7. I write my 7s weird. So I'm not going to do it how I do it. Do it how I do it. Yeah. That one's now the 7th, because the 6th strongest country is, which one is it? This one right here. Yeah, so, I'm gonna have to use, somehow, some way, they made it to 6th. The 8th is this country, and the 9th is this country, and the 10th is the Italian country. So, look at this. This is crazy. I think there's only like 15 countries, because, I mean, if that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, oh, there's 18. So we have 18 countries now. Wow. And we would have had 20 if we didn't have 2 wars. Well, one last episode. and 1 so far this episode. So we have 18 countries, and I'm not going to go all the way to 18, but let's go ahead and get rid of all that. So yeah, that's a crazy ranking system, because the British have already gotten very strong, with them being 6th already. Don't know how they did it. This country is the 11th, and this one is 12th. This one is 13th. This one is 15th. Well, now this one's 13th, that one's 14th, that one's 5th. This one over here is 15th. This one, I don't know. I forgot to number that one. I think that one would be 11. This would be 12. This one would be 13, 14. No. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's just what I'm going to go off of right now. It's not fully accurate. I'm definitely not accurate at all, probably. We'll just have to see. But the top 10 is for sure there. That's for sure there. The British is a little iffy, because they just made it to top 6. So, you know, yeah, they just become very strong. And when I mean we're going to have a revolt, I want you to take a guess real quick on who will be having a revolt happen. Remember, if you don't know the name of the country, I apologize. Just let out a color. If you said the Indian country, you'd be wrong. The actual country that is having a revolt is going to be the Central African country. So the purple country is going to, let me make sure this color isn't too similar. Not too similar. Definitely not too similar. Okay. This color is going to be what resembles this new country. That. It's crazy, I know. So now they don't have to worry about their southern neighbor, which they had tension with. This is more of a this country. They just didn't want to join that country. And they already have a capital too. They made their capital right there. Which, I mean, hopefully this country and this country don't team together to, you know, well, this country and this country don't team together to, you know, absolutely annihilate that country. But I'm saying country a lot. If I had a nickel every time, because I don't make pennies no more, if I had a nickel every time I said country in this video, I'd probably be a billionaire. Not actually. It's very hard to say a billion words in an hour, in less than an hour. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. We're gonna have a war. Yeah, the war is happening with two countries that, which, I mean, I've basically already spoiled it. The Balkan and the Italian country. And the Italian country is like, no more. You need to be exiled. Is that legal to say? Or not legal to say. Is that still a thing? Is exiled the right word to say? I don't know. You're gonna be gone. So that's what they're doing, is they're making it gone. Or at least they're trying. And the bad thing is you know, this country right here that was like with them, and like, or like this country was like with these people and like helping them expand southward. Is that southward? Expand to the south. Yeah, they're also going to invade them. Invade them to get as much land as they can. And the sad part is that no country is on their team either, because this green country over here is also going to start invading them. This is the first occurrence of 3 countries going against one country and actually taking land from them. Like last time, we had literally the last war we had. This country was aiding this country, but they weren't gaining land. So this is basically the first 3-way war. They take over this bit. Ooh. What just happened? I don't know what that was about. But, yeah. They take this bit, and they're just like, okay, y'all can take the rest. They don't care. They're just like, you can take the rest. They've gotten their piece of the pie they want. So this green country is probably, well, is the strongest one. And no, it's not. The Italian country is stronger. I already done forgot which one was the strongest, because this one's the 12th, and this one was in the rankings. I think that was like the 7th. No, this one was the 7th. What is going on? I forgot which one I put 7 as. Is it this one? Was it this one? I don't remember. Forget about it at this point. But yeah, they decided that they're going to take over a lot of their land, and they have, well, I mean, obviously that's what the point of this freaking war is about. Sometimes I just say stuff without thinking, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, they take over basically the entirety of Greece. They are now working on doing the entirety of Greece. There they go. Country takes this bit, and they surrender. That was actually perfect timing. I didn't plan for that. They surrender under the rule of these two countries. Well, not even under the rule. They just surrender in general, and yeah, they just, yeah, surrendering. So now we have a huge difference in the map, and it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of stuff happening, and I have to do it. Yeah, this, you see how this was the 9th strongest? Since the revolt, they are now the 12th strongest. Or the 11th. And this country was what, the 5th? Yeah. Maybe they were the 6th, but I don't know. We will see that this video is going to be a lot of stuff happening. Whenever I say this is going to be a big video, it's going to be a big video. You know how like some of the videos I made, like part 7 and like maybe even part 8. No, part 7 was like a little iffy, maybe even part 6, because I didn't do much stuff with like the countries. They didn't expand much. I just like let you know the rankings. This video has now started, just at this moment, has had 3 wars, because this country is now invading them. The South Africa country is yeah, invading. Yeah. If you can't understand, yeah is my favorite word, especially because I said my And with this, we are going to see the revolted country of I don't know what to name this country now. I think this country is going to be Central African. The Central African country, because this country is about to be taken out. Because now the orange country is fighting them from their north, which they're not strong. They're strong. But all their troops were down here fighting this very strong country. This... Alright, let me just make this straight. You know how I said that this was... Well, I said that this country is now the 5th strongest. What I really meant is... Well, this 5th strongest is stronger than the previous 5th strongest. It's that the 3rd, or the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th, I think, are so strong that the 5th strongest before was super weak. This country actually has a chance to becoming a 4th strongest country after this war. But yeah, now they're invading. Their invasion has been going well so far. Not even a pushback once. They start pushing back this country though, just a little bit. But then they basically re-get the land that they just pushed them back with, because they get word that they need to, push towards their capital because storm's coming. I'm sorry. They get word that the pink team is getting, or the South African team is getting very close to their capital, and making them push back into their country even more. The pink team, or the South African team, has made a landing in their Madagascar region. And Madagascar is like a clean sweep, basically. They're take it over really quick, as in they invade it very quickly, because no troops were basically set here because nobody expected them to invade, really. This was a very unexpected invasion. They give that part up, and they eventually just surrender. Meaning peace treaty, sort of. Because they take this entire bit of land right here, and the yellow team gets that. And instead of having this weird little panhandle out here, I guess that was kind of a panhandle, they take that over too in the peace treaty. So, look at that. This might be a problem over here because it's a pretty long ways from the capital. But what am I saying? Because actually, I think that's the, well, I mean, that bit, this bit, but it's actually not that bad, because whenever we started, the reason why that country revolted or broke away from, the reason why the brown country broke away from the Persian country broke away from the Mesopotamia country was because the capital was too far away at the time. The capital, I don't think, ever moved places. But capitals started, like, countries started to be forming more major cities to where, and capitals were able to, like, get word out to other countries to where they're more stable, other parts of their regions of their country, to where they were more stable and stuff. So this bit shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it could be a problem if the orange team wants to, do a little bit of damage. This country down here, the West African country, is going to expand all the way up. Jeez, okay, finally. All the way up to here. I was planning on doing that in the first place, so I just didn't want to waste my time and, or yours, and, draw it. And then they also, expand out this way more. This country is becoming big. Literally part 7, that country was, from, here to, here. That's it. They've gained, more than double the amount of land. Now, when I told you there was going to be a big discovery this video, well, I don't think I told you that it was going to be a big discovery. There was something big was going to happen. Let's first, also this, I didn't really say it in the last video, but we have officially entered North America because, this is technically, I say we technically did before because this is where the Mid-Atlantic tectonic plate runs, which this connects, which kind of symbolizes, there we go, where the Americas end, really. But yeah, the British have a little bit of a thing, and crazy enough, the British, even though they are very close, they aren't going to be the ones to discover the Americas. The reason why that is because the Iberian Peninsula was already on their way. They started last episode. By the end of they started here last episode. That's why they didn't do much last episode except for expand. Middle of last episode, they got to about there, and now they're about here. So, the Iberian country, or not the Iberian country, but settlers from there, make a landing in the Americas. This is huge. Insanely huge, really. You don't understand the amount of technology you have to have, the amount of people you have to have, and the amount of dedication you have to go across the entirety of the Atlantic Ocean. This was already crazy enough. Them going from here to here. That was already crazy enough. For the Iberian country to make it across all the way in less than, well, basically in one episode, because it was like they started halfway through that last episode, which I didn't tell you about, which I mean, obviously, for me telling you that earlier, to already making it to the Americas in the middle of this episode, or half, the other half, the higher half, or the more than 50% of this video, part of this video, is mind-boggling. I think I said that. I think I used that in the correct term. I'm not very good with English, and I was born here. Well, I wasn't born in England, but I was born with learning. I was born knowing this. Well, I didn't know the. Sometimes I just are like if you think I should stop speaking, and like if you think I should keep speaking. So I guess I'm just gonna keep speaking because I won't know ever. Yay. Also, the Iberian country wanted this to happen, so they sent 25,000 people across this journey over here, and 18,000 made it over there alive. 18,000 people survived, and they are actually taking it over quicker than I was expecting. They've already, they haven't expanded north much, but they've already taken over Florida. Might as well give them the panhandle, if anything. There we go. That was a joke. But they do have this part, though. Gotta, Here we go. Yes, this is huge for the Wixo series, because now that we know that the Americas are there, more countries are going to want to send people over there. And instead of them sending countries over there, a lot of people love the Iberian country. They send more people down there to where they have the boats to get over there. And they send a fleet of 56,000 people. And 49,000 make it over here. And that's after they've gotten all this at that point. And since there's so many people over here that are wanting to explore the land, I'm now giving them a size 3 brush, which is crazy. This is the craziest thing to happen in the Wixo series so far. Not even kidding. I almost want to feel surprised, even though I knew this was going to happen, because I'm the one that, controls how the world is in this simulation. Also, speaking of simulation, do y'all believe we live in a simulation? I don't. They reach the Great Lakes, or one of the Great Lakes. I think this is Lake... I can never remember the lake names, so I'm not even going to try it. Never mind. They reach one of the Great Lakes. That's all that matters. There's 4 of them, right? Maybe there's 5 and there's just one missing. And they decide to go around it and reach another Great Lake. So this is crazy. Then they reach another Great Lake. Tell them to go around here, and they realize that this Great Lake is so much bigger than the other, and they reach a Great Lake thinking that's going to be part of the other Great Lake, but it's not part of the other Great Lake, because the Great Lake is a Great Lake and this is a very great discovery. Okay, I'm sorry about that, but I had to say it, because it is a great discovery. But But this is huge. If you don't understand how huge this country is predicted to be in the top 5 in 2 episodes. Also, I need to give them a capital, and their capital is going to be Ryder. Since that's gray, I'm going to allow it to be Ryder. Actually, I'm going to put it right there instead. So, yeah. Look at this. They have, let's say they fully expand up to here. Look at that. It's actually crazy. I only have 14 minutes left in this video, and which means in 30 minutes, basically, we've witnessed something so great happen. Just 30 minutes. It's not like life-changing news that this is so great to happen in this simulation in the Wixo series. This is the great American. This is the great American discovery. This is the great American Wixo discovery. Man, it can almost it can almost make a grown man cry. This is single-handedly the most impressive video, or not impressive, but the most craziest Wixo video, or craziest Wixo discovery in the entirety of the Wixo series. Like, it's crazy. They stopped expanding because, I mean, a lot of the people are tired. And when I say civilization started over, I mean everybody started from ground zero. Like, there were like only 2 people, and then they reproduced, and there were 10. They reproduced, and then there was like 100, then 1,000, then 10,000, then 100,000. There are approximately, let's make an approximation, amount of people in the Wixo simulation, of my Wixo simulation. There's approximately 8 million people across all the countries, and the Mesopotamian one has 1.85 million, which is crazy. Also, if I was to do this, those look way too alike for it to not do that. That's crazy. We still have yet to create borders. I'm liking how this is. I don't think I need borders. I like when the colors are right next to each other, because I feel like it makes it pop. Makes the map pop. If you catch my drift. Over here, while the Great American Expansion, or the Great American Discovery is going on, they get the entirety of the Thai Peninsula, to where like Malaysia is, and you know Myanmar also has a point there. Gosh, my nose is like, my sinuses are messing with me now. It's March. Can you blame me? These 2 countries look way too similar, and I don't like it. I mean, I could tell the difference, but if I was to like do this, yeah, that would change it. So you're gonna have to put a border there whenever they meet each other. But they haven't yet, which is crazy. After the Great American Discovery, we're going to see the Great Era of Expansion. We're going to see tons. All these countries are basically going to expand, except for the ones that, you know, can't. But yeah, all the countries are going to expand in this video, and I only have 10 minutes to do it, so let's do the Great Era of Expansion. And the Great Era of Expansion is also going to go into part 11. There's going to be multiple parts of the era of Great Expansion. Like I said, great era of expansion instead of the era of great expansion. That's what I meant for it to say, instead of, you know, sounding stupid. If you've noticed, a lot of Asia has not been discovered. Like, I mean, oh, you can see a lot of white here. There's a lot of white. Sounds like a Starbucks. But we're going to say that this country is going to... why do I say so much? Like the video so I can get therapy on not saying I'm not actually going to do that. You don't have to like because of that. But I would appreciate it if you like the video. This is a mid video or later half of the video. That's what I meant to say. Later half. That's what I was trying to say earlier instead of... I don't even know. If I keep talking, I'm not going to be able to expand much. But yeah, like the video if you want to. Subscribe. This is going to be a later half of the video reminder to subscribe, please. I would very greatly appreciate that. Just so I could get this done fairly quickly. I'm going to be doing a lot of that. If you didn't see what I did, I used the paint bucket. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be very quiet in this segment for some reason. Probably because I already have been very quiet in this segment. Look at the Scandinavian country. Why? Did I just reboot? What was that noise? I really think I just rebooted. You know the... I think I rebooted then. Just then. Look at that. It's so great. Get it? Because it's the era of great expansion. This country expands up to here. The Indian country. Let's see what the Indian country does. Yeah, I'm just at this point. That's great. Get it? Great expansion. Area of great expansion. It's great. It's a great expansion. Alright, I'm done with that now. They get to here. Sorry about that. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now, this country needs to go this way a bit. If you think that I'm lazy for doing this, you're right. I only had 10 minutes to do it, so I'm trying to get this done quickly. Up here, this is actually a very impressive one. Make it all the way down to here. Look at that. Over here. If you could tell, this isn't like realistic at all, but yeah. They've already expanded. They're going to expand all the way down to here, and now I need to make them a border. I'm gonna go ahead and no, I still have 5 minutes. I don't need to do all that, so I'm just gonna create their border. I guess now that I set up, I could really tell the difference. I was sitting down the whole time, like kind of like at an angle. Alright. And this right here I can do. So they'll own that and that. They will own that. I thought that was white, to be honest. That right there. Look at there. And they're also gonna This part is very quiet. I don't like how quiet it is. There we go. Now this part does look a little weird because of the, you know, outline and stuff, but that's the only way that it won't, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They also expand over to this part. Boom. Look at there. This country hasn't expanded this video. They need to expand. There we go. I think every country has expanded so far in this. Nope. They go out a little bit more. I don't like that little thing they had there. Look at that. Country is by far the biggest. It's a huge country. And the last thing I do before this video ends is we have one more country being made. Also, this country is just going to be called the American country, the North American country. And the reason I'm calling it the North American country, if I had this on cue, it would have been greater, but you know, it's that from over here we have a. Actually, no, that's too close to that. No, that's too close. There we go. It's like the same. From this country over here, they have settlers. Well, not just this country. These two countries right here, they have settlers coming over here and make land right here. I'm trying to hurry this up because I only have 2 minutes 16 seconds to do all this. Because, I mean, I could stop it if I wanted to. But I don't want to. So this is basically going to be like the North American ones where they expand a lot because there's a lot of people here. Well, I mean, a lot of people. There's a lot of people here. It's not the same numbers that they had, but there's like 30,000 people here. Just from settling. Why do I always do that with my S's? Well, I don't always do it, but a lot of the time I do it. And then the last thing I do over here is this. And kaboom. This. Actually, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Gotta give them a capital. Hold on. Every country had a capital, I hope. Their capital is gonna be right here. Alright. So, now, if I zoom out to where I can see the entire thing, look at that. That's greatness at its finest. I feel like I've gotten nasal issues throughout this video, which is kind of funny to say. But why did I do that? I had it perfect. Alright. But this is the new map. It's so colorful now, isn't it? That was a hour-long video just about. This was part 10. We are now, which I mean, as you can see, a lot of stuff happened this video. A lot of stuff happened this video. Well, if you did enjoy this video, like it. And if you want to subscribe and help me reach 2K before the end of the year, subscribe. On screen now, you can see a video that YouTube thinks is best for you of mine. And also, you can also see the playlist of the Wixo series. Probably in like the middle or something. Top, middle, bottom, middle, whichever side. But it's probably most likely in the middle. And my channel logo. Thanks for watching, and God bless.